This story has been requested so many times that it's turned into a meme, and now we're finally going to tell it because someone messed up the tags yet again. Anyway, this is going to be fun. This is also kind of scary. Our story begins with a girl named Elena. She has just found an antique mirror in the attic of her new house. But when she looks into it, she sees not her own reflection, but rather a woman wearing a beautiful white dress who smiles back at her. After a moment, the woman speaks, telling Elena that she longs to feel the wind in her hair and the sun on her skin. And Elena, being a sweet girl, invites her reflection over for dinner that night. But when the time comes, Elena dresses up all fancy and stands before the mirror waiting for her dinner guest. A woman who has never eaten solid food in more than 100 years? You see, when the woman first woke up in the mirror, she was trapped there forever. That was until Elena came along. When they first met, the woman in the mirror saw Elena eating a slice of bread, and ever since then, she has wanted to taste food again. And so Elena puts together a feast, inviting over her friends, too. And she thinks that the more people her reflection talks to, the happier she will be. But the woman in the mirror grows sadder still, saying that she doesn't want to talk about food or eating. And Elena's friends start getting creeped out, asking what's wrong with her strange new friend. Elena says that she just can't leave the mirror, poor thing, and tries to cheer up her reflection by suggesting they play charades. Sadly, the woman in the mirror doesn't know how to play charades. So instead, Elena shows her how. Then she acts out a lion, which the woman guesses correctly. And soon both girls are laughing. However, as the party goes on, Elena notices something strange. For every guess the woman makes, she seems to get a little bit thinner. And when Elena asks if she's okay, she replies, "I'm fine," before acting out a bird. When Elena's friends leave, she turns back to the mirror, only for her reflection to be gone. At first she thinks that's weird. Then she remembers that she acted out a bird flying away. Elena laughs and waves to the mirror, but her reflection does not wave back. Instead, she stares at Elena with an angry expression. Elena tries to apologize, saying that she didn't mean to upset her, but her reflection just screams at her. Terrified, Elena runs to the bedroom where she hides under the covers until morning. When she wakes up, she gets thirsty and goes to the kitchen to get a glass of water. As she walks past the mirror, she sees that her reflection is gone, and she breathes a sigh of relief. Then suddenly, the water in her glass starts to ripple. Elena reaches out to touch it, but her fingers pass straight through. She screams and pulls her hand back, staring in disbelief at what she sees. Her reflection is standing on the other side of the glass. She is no longer trapped. Elena drops the glass and runs to the mirror, asking why her reflection left her alone. But all her reflection does is smile and walk away. Elena chases after her, desperate to talk, but her reflection disappears into the bathroom. She tries to follow, but the door is locked. So she waits a few seconds before trying the handle again. It's still locked. When she finally gets inside, she finds her reflection sitting on the edge of the bathtub. Elena asks her why she's here and why she left her alone. And her reflection replies, "You don't have the right to ask me questions." Elena says that she only wanted to be friends, but her reflection tells her, "You don't know what you're talking about. I'll make you understand." With that, she rises from the tub, and Elena feels her chest tighten. She stumbles back, coughing seawater, though she hasn't touched the tide. The mirror behind her pulls at her, dragging her reflection forward. She reaches out a hand toward Elena, but it passes straight through her face. Elena claws at the floorboards, but her fingernails snap like twigs. She turns to run, but her legs feel heavy like lead. And with one last shriek, she is swallowed whole into the glass. The mirror clears. Now she stands inside, pounding desperately against the other side. She looks down at her hands, which seem very real. She looks back up and sees the doorknob. She reaches out to open it, but her hand goes straight through. She looks back at her hands in disbelief and screams. Then she sees her reflection standing in the hallway outside. She is smiling at her, and Elena wants to reach out and touch her, but her hand goes straight through the glass once again. Her reflection smooths her dress, fixes her hair, and walks away into the storm. Elena pounds against the mirror, calling out to her, but her voice echoes and bounces back at her unanswered. In the hall, her reflection walks calmly through the rain. She walks past the woman who sold the house to Elena, and she walks past the previous owner's son who had warned Elena not to trust the mirror. She walks past him and disappears inside the house he now owns. On the other side of the mirror, Elena is running frantically through the attic, tripping over boxes as she searches for another exit. But there isn't one. She bangs against the walls, screaming for help, but no sound comes out. Then she sees the mirror. She runs to it, desperate to escape, but it's covered in cobwebs and old cloths. She pulls them away and steps inside. However, the attic has become the room that she and her friends were in for the party. And standing in the middle of it, looking just as real as the dust motes dancing in the sunlight, is her reflection. She is no longer smiling. She looks at Elena with cold, soulless eyes. Elena backs away, bumping into a trunk, which falls over, revealing an old book. Elena picks it up and opens it. She flips through the brittle pages, which are filled with strange symbols and diagrams. And as she does, she hears her reflection speak. There are two ways you can go from here. You can either choose to stay here forever, or you can go home, but neither option is a good one. Why? Why are you doing this? Elena cries. But her reflection just keeps staring. Doesn't matter why, she says. All that matters is that you never should have trusted me. Then she lunges at Elena, reaching out a hand to grab her. Elena screams and ducks, the book falling from her hands. She scrambles back, tripping over the trunk. And when she looks up, she sees her reflection standing over her, her eyes glowing red. Neither option is a good one, she hisses. Now get up.
It's time to choose.
Elena sits there crying, unsure of what to do. She looks from her reflection to the book and back again. Then she takes a deep breath and stands up. She walks slowly toward the mirror, the book still in her hands. Her reflection watches her, her face impassive. When Elena reaches the mirror, she looks back at her reflection and whispers, "Goodbye." Her reflection smiles sadly and says, "Goodbye." Elena touches the mirror and feels her body begin to fade away. She holds the book tight and steps through the glass. The next scene shows us that Elena is back in her room. The mirror is gone and the attic window is open, letting in a breeze that ruffles the curtains. Elena looks up at the ceiling, tears streaming down her face. Then she looks down at the book in her hands and smiles sadly. In the reflection, her reflection kneels beside her bed, tracing patterns on the sheets with her finger. "So that's how it ends," she whispers. She chooses oblivion. And with that, her eyes glow red and she disappears.